Hi guys, it's just a quick video. That's all. I want to check. I know I'm cryptic, but it's not about that. No, no, no. It's about, well, things. Okay. I just want to show you this picture that my now famous subscriber sent. That is just beautiful. She found some amazing stuff, I tell you. Look at that. Yeah. I just thought I'd come on. Now I've settled down after speaking to the vicar of Dibley, or whoever he thinks he is. I also said to him about the church. I said, why would I want to go to your church and worship you? And I looked him up and down. And he said, I'm not asking you to worship me. I said, no. I said, but you know what I'm talking about. I said, I don't worship nobody but God, my Father. That's it. But yeah. And also, I'd like to mention about these religious zealots. Because I commented somewhere, and this lady come on and attacked me saying I'm a liar. That's what she said. You're a liar. I don't believe anything you say. And to be born again, it's this, it's that, it's the other. And she attacked a subscriber of mine called Octavia. She came at her like with an AK-47, firing off Bible quotes at 60 quotes a second. I know, and I just thought to myself, no wonder people are scared of the church when you get people like that. I mean, I read the comments, I was terrified myself. She's basically condemning her to hell if she doesn't do this or do that. And I was like, what? And I responded back to her, and guess what? I've not heard a thing back. But it's that kind of thing, and that vicar, he's at the Grace and Favour House for years. He's a pillar of the community. And where is he now? Oh, he did say I can ring up. There's no online service, no live feed thing going on, but you can actually just ring him up and he'll give you advice. I don't know what, because he doesn't know shit. And that's the stage. Also, I've been reported again on Facebook. People are just putting pictures up of me. The Neighbourhood Watch mentioned that they're going to gather some evidence against me, and so far they've got me taking a picture of the moon, feeding the birds, and loitering outside school waiting for my daughter and her little sister. So the evidence is piling up against them for harassment, because what's the world coming to? Also, the other day, quite a funny story. This is the truth. I'm in the middle of a field, feeding the birds. This woman walks past with a dog. She must be 50 yards away, and this dog spots me, and I stare at the dog, and I'm trying to talk to the dog. And then, lo and behold, what does he do? He sits down, and he refuses to move, and he's just staring at me, and I'm laughing my head off, inside my head. And she's pulling him along. And he's not having it. And then eventually he gives up and then he's walking along again. I'm just keep staring at him. And then he stops again. And then he sits down. And she has to pull him again. And this goes on for the whole length of the field. And he just kept on turning around just staring at me. So I'm just staring at him. And I think she's actually put something on Facebook saying that he stared at my dog and I thought he was going to steal it. That's right, guys. This is what it's come down to. The Neighbourhood Watch scheme has turned any behaviour that's deemed out of the ordinary, like feeding birds and taking pictures of planets. Your neighbours are going to be conspiring against you, plotting evil, thinking bad thoughts. It should be called the Neighbourhood Nosy Bastards. And this is what it's come to. We're a man who's just going out, looking after nature, because I know what's coming. standing up for himself and for everybody else. I've done everything for everybody else, not for myself. I did put my neck on the line, but I was perfectly happy to. You know, Elijah, the voice in the wilderness. Well, I'm telling you what, guys, I've done my best to burst through the atmosphere and try and sort this shit out. And I've been attacked by Babylon, Moloch himself, spirits, the Freemasons. I've been a target individual. I've been arrested. I've been thrown in St. Anne's, which is actually Satan's. And I'm telling you now, I won't wish that on my worst enemy. And when I was reading the Old Testament back in March, I was reading it out loud in the dark, channeling my spirituality towards see if I can sort this out and have a word with High Command. And my only thought, because I knew what was coming, once I connected all the dots, I could see it all laid out. My only thought was for the children, that is it. First and foremost. And I've been thinking about the Belt of Orion, because everything's connected to the Belt of Orion. I've looked at the Da Vinci Code again. I watched the film and I read the book many, many years ago when it first came out. And it's all connected to the Belt of Orion. And those three galaxies in the Belt of Orion represent stages of humanity. And the three tree stumps in the Pusin Blind Orion depicts that. And I wouldn't mind betting, well, not betting, but maybe that after some planets collide, which they're going to do, there's going to be another star in the sky. Do you know what I mean? Maybe. Because if we're going nova, there's going to be the remnant of that in the sky somewhere that people will be looking at, as in that light will take so many light years to hit Earth. Do you know what I mean? It's just fanciful thinking, but you've got to think outside the universe and then outside that universe. Because for too long, these dumbass people seem to think the world and the universe revolves around them. I've had plenty of discussions on telling people that it's impossible for us to be the only people in the universe, galaxy, whatever you want to call it. It's impossible. But all my life I've had to argue with people, and now they're all going to find out. And they can't say, I didn't warn them. And neither can anybody else. I never thought it would come to this. Never thought it would come to this. I really didn't, but I'm happy to get judged now. Because I've been judging myself since all this started. Even now. I judge myself every day. And I just let God take control, because it's pointless even trying to... I cannot get rid of God now. He's in my life now. He's in my soul. He's in my spirit. He's in my heart. I can't get rid of him. He's in my lounge. I cannot get rid of him. I don't want to get rid of him, but I'm just saying that once he comes into your life, you can't get rid of him. Yeah, my daughter, when she was asking me, you know, can you prove God's real? And I was saying, remember that video I made? Well, she came around the other day and she said that she was sat in the car with her mum after she'd been here, and she was thinking to herself about McDonald's, and she was picturing in her mind what she'd like. And then her mum suddenly blurted out, McDonald's. Just like that. That's all she said. And then my daughter questioned her mum. I said, why did you say that? She said, don't know, just came out with it. And I knew exactly who it was. I knew exactly who it was, and I told my daughter. And she kind of like got around to thinking, you know what? That might be true, that. I said, well, keep doing it and see what happens. So maybe, and also I know how powerful he is. He can make words come out of people's mouths. Once you've seen it, you just can't describe it. But it's just brilliant. And you don't have to worry about nothing ever again. You don't. And if you do, well, then you don't believe. And if you don't believe, he doesn't really like that, to be honest with you. But he's one funny guy, let me tell you now. He's absolutely hilarious. The thing is, he done something to me the other night when I was out. And you just got to shake your head and laugh. You just got to laugh. Anyway, peace out. I've gone long enough. But don't worry about nothing. Everything's going to be fine. If you love God and you praise him, I praise him all day, every day, in my own way. I'll do my own thing, what I do. But I advise you to seek a personal relationship with the one and only man himself, and his name's God. www.god.com. Simple.